2023 was this banner year for big, especially like late 2023. There was like a ton, like this incredible rush of the Mirati and the Rays and the Karuna and the Cerevel all sort of happened within a couple weeks of one another.
Immunogen, Seattle.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. There you go. I'm leaving them out as I go. Yeah. And then, I think there were like all of this high expectations and hope and enthusiasm running high in early 2024. And then 2024, whatever, we saw a bunch of small deals for assets in China. And I guess like my view coming into 2025 is like, we may actually be seeing a real change here. We may be seeing different appetites from big pharma in terms of what they want to do. Then you get into the beginning of 2025 and like immediately you have Intracellular and now you've got Blueprint. And those are both like big, solid, meaningful sort of deals. What do those two deals tell you about like where we're headed? You're a banker. You're going to tell me there's going to be a ton of M&A coming. It's maybe going to start whatever. But like,
oh yeah, I'm not here to pump the sector in terms of there's a flood of M&A coming. But I think if we look back over history, which I spend a lot of time in stats, I love numbers and stats. And in particular, look at the M&A market, right? Yeah. The last 5 years, the dollarized median M&A market, $75 billion for companies of doing deals greater than $500 million of U.S. upfront proceeds. And if you think about that over time, you'll have blips, right? So the one you mentioned was 2023. That was actually a very large dollar volume year. This year, we're on a run rate to do about $85 billion.
Okay.
Last year, we did $64 billion. So that's, if you look at a normalized market, $75 to $100 billion of transaction volume is not unheard of and should be thought of. Now, the deal count is what I always like to talk about, right? So on average, it's 20 to 30 deals a year. That's it. Okay, there's thousands of companies. There's 600 public biotech companies. So anybody that's in that privileged, rarefied air to have a conversation, just think about how narrow that is, regardless of how large the funnel is at the top end, right?
Yeah.
Historically, prior to 2023 and beyond, okay, if you looked at the dollarized market and you say, what percent of the total pie was made up by the top three deals? It was between 65 and 70%.
Wow.
That has not been the case. So now, yes, this year, the dollarized market, we've actually seen a large proportion to the top two deals that you mentioned, Blueprint and Intracellular. Going back, though, over 24 and even to 25, 50% of the deals have been private companies. This is great. You can structure anything in a private company. The capital that's in the industry, which I'm happy to talk about, is much deeper despite all of, say, the volatility we've seen in the sector over the last 6-8 months. The capital has been there to actually propel a lot of these companies forward. So I think the fundamentals of the industry are actually quite good. And I still believe the run rate is going to be in this $75 to $100 billion a year, deal value and aggregate transaction value around 25 to 35 deals a year.